Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave and I've been missing in action for about a week. We've been away visiting some cousins and some friends we have up in the Gold Coast in Queensland, and had the caravan up there, and it was a good break. But I've got back and we had a lot of rain, which was welcome in the last week we've been away, and I've just noticed that things are greened up quite a bit, and I just want to do just a little bit of lawn mowing this morning. We've got the family and our grandkids coming over for smoko this morning, so I thought I'd get the mowers out and just clean the place up just a little bit. Just trying to find my gloves. I haven't got my gloves on this morning, and before I went away I put them in a safe place where I would know to remember where I'd put them, and of course I can't remember where I put them. No, I'm not in the mini truck. Usually I put stuff in the back here, but they're not there. Anyway, we'll move on. Get my grass catcher for the mower. That is my big John Deere dealership sign. I am going to do something with this and put it on a timber background. Yeah, I really should do that. Anyway, we'll put this in our little freshly repainted trailer, put it to good use. Got the rake in there, got some fuel, that's good. Got the zero turn. Okay. Now the grass really isn't that bad. It's been dry for so long that it's browned off, but it's grown back a little bit. I'll just give it a quick hit with the mower. This part here is a bit strange. It's a really thick patch here, and this is where the dog runs out to every night and wheezes on the grass. Now I think I'll just use one of these two mowers because it's just going to be a quick job. I might run over it with the zero turn, but this is probably just as easy. And I don't know if you've actually seen, well, you certainly haven't seen this mower on the channel. This one you have. This is my little Red Rover mower, and this might have been in the very first video I ever had on the channel, I think, or one of the first, where I replaced the fuel tank and the carburetor on this thing. And this is just a workhorse, this mower. I use this in the paddocks on the really rough stuff, and it just keeps going. It's got an aluminium or a cast aluminium body to it, and so it doesn't rust out, and the engine is still the same old engine, and it just keeps running. I do have a bit of a problem sometimes with it squealing on the top here. There's something in the starter mechanism that catches, so usually I have to lube that up and stop the squeal. You'll probably hear it later on, but it's starting to rust out a bit, but it just keeps powering on. The John Deere mower here, you probably haven't seen before. I bought this about 10 years ago when we're in our own old home down on the coast, and what I wanted was a mower that was self-propelled. And with this particular John Deere mower, and the model of this one is a JS38. I think you can get a JS38 and a JS28. I wasn't really in the market for a John Deere at the time, and I was comparing mowers, but again the price point on this one was pretty good for what it was. And I like this because it had the drive system in it, so you pull this in here and it drives the, there's a fan belt that connects to the back wheels, so it moves itself along, and it just saves pushing it a little bit. With my dodgy knee, it just made life a little bit easier. And in some points I do like it, but it has a really interesting feature that limits how good this mower is. And what I don't like about this particular mower is, have a look at the size of the chute here that sends the grass from under the deck back into the grass catcher. And it's quite a small size. If you consider the whole width of this back panel here, all the grass has to shoot out of here. And what happens when you're shooting shooting. When you're cutting longer grass, it tends to clog up here. It doesn't tend to push it into the catcher, and you end up with a big clog of grass here, and you've got to stop the mower, put your hand in, and then sort of clean all that out. Now if you look at the size of that compared to my old rover mower here, and that's all open at the back, so that shoots the grass straight out into the catcher, and I never have a problem with this clogging at all. And what that means is that I have to sort of just be a little bit selective on when I use this mower, because if the grass is too long or too wet, then it really struggles in doing the job, and all that happens is that it just clogs up. Now the rest of the mower is okay, I guess. It's nothing really spectacular. The engine is a 190cc. It's a 4-stroke engine. I guess it's a Briggs & Stratton engine. Just uses straight unleaded fuel, non-ethanol fuel. But it's been fine. When I did buy it, a couple of people I knew didn't like these because they said that the decks rust out in them, that they have very bad paint protection or rust protection under them, and that the decks will rust out within a couple of years. But I've had mine now sort of 10 or 12 years and it's still alright. I can see a little bit of maybe rust appearing under the paint there, but there's certainly no holes in it. So far so good. Probably my only other comment about this particular mower would be on the height adjustment here. Even in the highest position, it doesn't seem to get the blade very high off the ground, and I think it could probably be a little bit better than that. My older mower over here, the old Rover, I can crank that off the ground and it comes up like 4 inches off the ground. It's fantastic. So this one is, you know, it's a selective use, you might say, that it's one, if you've got good grass and it's not too long, it's not too wet, and it's not too thick, then this seems to do the job pretty well. Good sized fuel tank on it. Seems to run for quite a while. So to operate the mower, you've got to keep this thin bar down, and then this swivels up, and as you push it up, it actually drives the mower forward. Makes it a lot easier when you're got the mower on a hill or you're trying to push it uphill. So for everybody out there that's got bad knees or bad legs, it certainly helps if you've got an assist mower like this one. Okay, listened, learnt. Do not put your GoPro in the front of your lawnmower where the microphone can fall off and you run over it. So my Rhodes Go receiver is okay, but yeah, I don't think I've got much chance of super gluing that back together. I think it's toast. Whoops, sorry Marty. Well, I did find my fluffy on my furry, which is really strange, because these things, when you put them on, you can never keep them on, they always fall off, but when you run over them with a lawnmower, they survive intact. It's weird. Oh, well, just managed to get that finished in the nick of time, because here come the grandkids. There they are. Well, the second stupid thing I did today, first one, I ran over my radio microphone. So, but the good thing is, Marty, it wasn't yours, it was the one that I bought. So, yeah, that's bad. I guess not so bad, because I didn't borrow it. It was actually my own. And the second stupid thing I did is I was mowing the grass thinking, gee, this grass catcher is leaking a lot of grass. It's not picking up the grass. And after doing half of the grass, I realised that the catcher wasn't actually on the back of the mower. So that's the second stupid thing of the day. Don't get old, people, please. When you get old, your brain just sort of stops working. Now, last week somebody sent me a question about our house that we live in, and we call it a shouse. So it's a combination of a shed and a house, or a shed that has been converted to a house. And this is what it looked like. It's all corrugated iron, and the windows and doors were aluminium sliding doors and windows, and it was a bit too sheddy for what I liked. And what we did, or what I did, is when COVID was around and we're all stuck at home, I decided to make it a bit more housey rather than a bit more sheddy. And so what I did is, the corrugated iron was the same as this side. It was full length there, and I ended up cutting the corrugated iron down to about a third of its height, and then put in some timber weatherboards here. This was a solid wall along here. It looked very much like it did along here. There was no openings at all in the front, and I cut 3 holes in here and bought these timber windows and put these timber windows in just to bring some more light into the house. And then the last thing we did was we actually put a proper front door with double side lights on it here, and that certainly makes it look a little bit better. And same along here with the kitchen window. The kitchen window was aluminium, and I took that out, and we put a timber window in there. So all in all, that was, I think, 2 weeks work during the middle of COVID to make it a little bit more comfortable and to make it look a little bit more like a house. Now I'm just using the same pruning shears that I use for my lavender cutting and trimming, and I've got a bit of a sad story about our lavender. It looks like we've got a problem with them. We planted them in a very wet couple of years, and they were growing great. Then we've had about 18 months of very dry weather, and it looks like there's a fungus in the soil, and it's actually starting to kill the lavender plants off. Some are doing okay. A lot of them are really struggling. I'll go over and show you in a couple of weeks on a video what they are looking like at the minute, but they're pretty sad. We won't get much of a harvest this year, and in fact I think we might actually lose quite a few plants as well. Okay, I've just done trimming up the hedge, and I'm pretty happy with that actually. I haven't cut it for a while. It's been a year or so since I've cut the hedge, but it looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I'll just now put my sprinkler on and give it all a bit of a water, and I'll do my grass area out here as well. So I'll just grab the sprinkler from out in the veggie patch. Okay, how about a veggie patch update time? First, this is the dodgy sprinkler setup I had while we were away for a week. So I've just got a sprinkler up the top of the ladder that's been cable tied on, and there's a bag of compost on the ladder step there just as a bit of ballast, and it runs across into a garden timer which I've got on the tap here. So this comes on for about 20 minutes every 24 hours, and it's done a good job because the veggie patch has really grown. This is the tomatoes that I put in, and I'll put in a shot now of what it looked like when we first planted our tomatoes, and I think that was about 3 or 4 weeks ago maybe. So they're growing well. I've just put in this trellising system here for them to grow through and to grow up. Next door to that, some watermelons we've got in here, so they're growing quite nicely. There's 3 or 4 watermelon there, and they'll start to grow out there and grow across the path and be okay. On this side we've got rock melon. We've had a good run with rock melon in previous years here, and they're going pretty well. Over here we've still got a heap of spinach here that's growing, and silver beet. I think that's silver beet, and traditional spinach is over there. It's getting probably to the end now. I've got to clean this up a bit and cut some more leaves off, but our freezer is full. We've cut a whole heap of stuff already and we've given it away, and we've still got a whole heap of here we have to get through. This is our center tank, and I'll just put up a shot now of what it looked like before. And what we had planted in this one were just 2 tomato plants, a capsicum and a zucchini plant. So the tomato has grown really well. On this side we've actually got little cherry tomatoes that are growing in there. There's a few ripe ones that are coming on, and then on this side we've actually got bigger tomatoes. So have you got any growing in here? I think there's one down here somewhere. Yeah, there's one there. So they're on their way. They're not ready yet, but they're doing pretty well. It's a huge big plant, that one. Over here is our zucchini plant, and we just pulled a huge zucchini off this the other day, and there's some other ones in there that really need to come out now as well. So that's going good. Over the back here we've got more silver beet growing in here at the front, and the beetroot. Now we've been eating the beetroot down quite a bit. We seem to grow good beetroot. There's one here. This is actually part of a beetroot plant, but it's gone way too long, so I think I might actually pull it out and see how big it is down the bottom. Let's see if I can get this out and show you. Right, so that's how big the beetroot is, and that's probably been in there for a bit too long, but it'll still eat okay. We've got a little bit left in there as well. Might plant some more actually. Grows really well. I love beetroot. Grows fast. It's easy to put in the ground. It just takes off, and we eat a lot of beetroot. The eggplant is, well, yeah, it's all right. There's a plant in here, flower, that might grow into an eggplant there. And across this side we've got cucumbers that we put in here, so that's growing nice little cucumbers through there. They'll all grow out down here and across the path. Our carrots, our carrot forest is growing pretty well. Let me just see if I can pull a carrot out here and have a look. These are the ones here. On this side I grew them from seed. Don't know how that wind's going to sound. Now I haven't got a microphone. These ones are grown from seed. These ones I had planted in that I'd bought in a punnet, sort of grown already. So you can see the difference in the size from the ones we bought in a punnet and the ones we seeded. Like these have just gone off through the roof. See if I can pull one out and show you. And what we try and do with carrots is put them on a hill. I mean, there's a very small carrot in there. That's not much to write home about. I thought there might have been a really nice big one in here somewhere, but they're all close together. I actually didn't thin these out enough, so that's probably my fault that the carrots aren't thinned out. There's a white one. We did get a pink one, a purple one out this morning that was pretty cool as well. So they're going okay. Just let those grow, and they're going all right. Quickly over here before we leave the veggie patch, the lettuce is just about done. Yep, it probably needs to be freshened up. Rosemary is still growing, that's quite nice. Heaps of parsley here is still good. We've got again a freezer full of frozen parsley, and the basil, we've been cutting a lot of basil as well. And this is just about at the end now. Just go through my lawn clippings to see if there's any other remnants of microphone parts in here. I was thinking that, I could just go and buy actually another microphone, but then I realised that these roads come in sort of like a match set thing, and the receiver that I have that still works technically I can't use now because I don't have the microphone. I'll have to buy a whole new set, but I'm thinking of actually buying maybe one of the newer model Rhodes Go 2 that have the 2 microphones and the 1 receiver. But if you guys that are watching use wireless microphone systems for shooting videos and stuff, let me know what you use. And I have noticed a lot of people are switching over to the DJI system as well, so maybe the DJI option is a little bit better. But I've been happy with the Rhodes. It just depends what the cost is going to be, but that's what I'll have to do next week, is go for a bit of a shop to get another microphone system. So that's what I've ended up with, bits and pieces there of what's left with my microphone. Actually, I found that's a printed circuit board. I found the battery, which was like super red hot, that it got cut up. But anyway, all right, that's just about job done. Okay, the grandchildren have left now. They've gone back home for lunch, and I'm just finishing off with putting my sprinkler on, and I'll give the grass a bit of a drink and we'll call it done for the day, I think. Well, that's about it, everybody. That's how I spent my Sunday morning, giving the grass a bit of a haircut and then getting in and doing my hedge and giving it a bit of a trim. My water tanks are full, and now I've got my sprinkler on the front area there, giving everything a bit of a drink, and my world is a happy place. So thank you all for watching. I hope everybody has a great week ahead. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.